What a audience. I never spoken this big audience in my life. This is the first time. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to speak at this event and hear the stories of so many fascinating and inspiring women. My name is Sylvia Perera. I'm a Sri Lankan woman, a mother of 4, and a chef and a founder of Colombo Kitchen. I wanted to tell you about how I opened my first restaurant at the age of 60. First, we all start with my childhood. I grew up in a small town called Kurana in Negombo on the west coast of Sri Lanka. Growing up in Sri Lanka in early 80s, the expectation for a woman was very clear. You stayed home, you raised your family, you sacrificed your own dreams among others. A mother put others above herself. That was the world I was born into. But this is where I learned and everything I know about cooking. I didn't learn from a book or classroom. I learned it very early stage from other women around me who I saw cooking all the time. For them, cooking is an act of love and caring. But cooking professionally and running a restaurant at that time, that was man's job. Even if no one told me directly, this was simply understood. I have a strong memory of my aunt. We used to call her Nanda. She lived with us and would cook for me and my siblings. I'm one of 6 children in the family, so that was an easy job for her. Cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinners. It was hard I spent hours and hours working away in the kitchen. I remember the smells of spices, the curry leaves floating through the house while we played. When I got a bit older, she would teach me her recipes. She would show me the traditional techniques that has passed down through the generations. She would let me cut and stir and taste so I could really get my hands and practice. I didn't know at that time. I was building a foundation for my professional cooking career. So many decades later, I learned so much from her. Not just traditional recipes, but life lessons, like how to make most of what you have, how to support the family. Unfortunately, Nanda passed away 2 years ago, but her memory lives on every day in my restaurant, through the recipes and the lessons she taught me. Another important person, cooking career, is my husband. We got married and moved to United Kingdom in 1984. I was completely new to the country, building up a new life. And so many women in my generation, I put my family first. My 4 children were top of my priority. Both myself and my husband worked long days, nights. I did 5 jobs at that time to support them. We tried to give them the best education and opportunity that we could. But I kept cooking skills by cooking these traditional recipes for them. I made sure they knew their culinary heritage. And I would cook for the friends, family, for the parties, anniversaries, and birthdays. People would always tell me how much they loved my food and how it's better than most Sri Lankan restaurants at that time in London. That's where I first got the idea to open my own restaurant one day. I don't regret my dedication for my family at all. I'm proud of everything my children have achieved. But I kept dreaming. I thought once my children settled into their own lives and my youngest son has gone to the universities, then my job has done for them. Then I can start following my own dreams. Before I opened my first restaurant, I started selling food in Piccadilly Market and Canary Wharf. The response was better than I could have imagined. We had some of the longest queues in Piccadilly and Canary Wharf, with the customers queuing up, try my Sri Lankan food, come back again and again. It showed me that there was a real appetite for Sri Lankan authentic food. That gave me the confidence to take me the next step. The Piccadilly Market is still running. But in 2018, I saw this restaurant space in Worcester Park, Surrey, and I had to make a decision. Was I going to take this risk, open my restaurant? To be honest, I doubted myself. I'm not a stereotypical chef. At the age of 60-year-old, I didn't have much formal training or lessons. I wasn't sure I could handle this physical and mental stress. I wasn't sure Sri Lankan food will be popular with the public. But so I thought, do I take this risk and follow my dream? It was really too late for me. Of course, I did take the risk. I have to have confidence in myself by my cooking abilities and my leadership skills. I knew I had something to offer. The authentic Sri Lankan food I made with care and love. And I hope customers would see that as well. But most importantly, I knew this is only chance to follow my dream. I know a lot of women struggle with confidence, but it was necessary for me to achieve what I have today. So I started my first restaurant in 2019. And just as I'm starting to get my feet and build a loyal customers, COVID hits UK. The restaurant industry is destroyed. I see the restaurants closing down everywhere around me. But I had to stay calm and remember the confidence of my cooking. I kept my staff on board and quickly doing takeaways and deliveries. And we managed to survive the pandemic even better than we were before. After surviving this Worcester Park restaurant, success only grew more. Within few years of opening, we were nearly full every day, but I had to build a great team of chefs, service staff. So then I started to do my second restaurant in 2024. And I have to tell this story. I haven't shared with anyone. So everything was going on for the second restaurant in Putney. I diagnosed of breast cancer at that time, 2.5 years. I'm fine, don't worry, completely okay. So I was thinking myself, I doubted myself again. Would I take this risk? But I took that risk again. I had to follow my dream for my second restaurant. Just before I went for chemotherapy, I opened my second restaurant a week ago. So it was the big thing I have done in my life. To be honest with you, people did not always know what is Sri Lankan food at that time. They knew Indian food, they knew Chinese food, they knew Thai food. They would look at the menu and ask, looks like Indian food? No, it's something different. The spices, different, each curry has different flavors, and it's better. You would come to Colombo Kitchen restaurant and try that. But where they were trying for the first time or grew up with it, the customer would tell how much they loved Sri Lankan food. We were getting great reviews and building loyal base customers in this area. People would come from overseas to try this. So I'm proud to say the success continued this year. I was named as Innovator of the Year at the Asian Who's Who Award, and included the British Asian Power 100 list. I have been recognized for Chef of the Year and the Surrey Chef of the Year. So I have to go for the cook-off for the National Chef of the Year. 15 men, I was the only woman. So that was fantastic moment for me to hold that award. It was sometimes I couldn't even imagine a couple of years ago, or as a young woman growing up in a small coastal town called Kurana. But through my hard work, I end up achieving my dream. I am lucky to be what I'm doing, what I love, but it's been a difficult journey. You need a lot of resilience. I know what to stand in the kitchen in the midnight when your body is exhausted. I know what to miss birthdays, anniversaries, and family gathering, because restaurant needs you. The team needs you. Your service must go. I know the burns hands, cut hands, sweating, the sleepless night, the stress I have to carry home to try not to show the children. These things are real. I will not stand here to tell you that journey was easy, because it's not. But here is what I do. The first, the awards, but I know the strength. I believe yourself and achieve your dreams. Take it from me. It doesn't matter how old you are or what your background is. You should always take a risk of yourself and achieve your dreams. For me, a dream was to share my culture and my history through food. I hope I have shared of these with you today. Thank you very much.
Sylvia, thank you so much.